Hi and welcome back. So in this video we're actually going to figure out the number of protons and electrons and neutrons, but we're going to do it for a number of ions instead, for ions instead of actual atoms. So let's take the ion of nickel 2 plus. So now let's figure out how many protons are we going to have? Well, we know that we've got nickel. So how many protons do any ion or atom or isotope of nickel have? How many protons are they going to have? Well, they're all going to have 28, right? Because that is the atomic number for nickel, and that's how we know that we're looking at an atom or an ion of nickel. So we are going to have 28 protons. And I didn't give you a mass number of this nickel, so we can't figure out how many neutrons. How many electrons? How many electrons are we going to have? Well, we've got a 2 plus charge. So what does that mean? It means that there are 2 more protons than there are electrons, right? So we know that we are going to have 2 fewer electrons than protons. So we will have 26 electrons. Let's do another one of these. So that's it. That's our answer. So let's do another one. Let's say I gave you S2 minus. So let's start off. How many protons do we have? Well, it's going to be sulfur, and any atom or ion of sulfur is going to have 16 protons. That's how we know it's sulfur. So it's going to have 16 protons, and it's got a 2 minus charge. So that means how many electrons? How many electrons will we have? Well, we're going to have 2 more electrons than the number of protons, right? So we are going to have 18 electrons. Okay? So this would be our final answer for the number of protons and electrons in S2 minus. Let's do another one. Let's say I had the ion bromine minus. So, how many protons? Once more, just like any atom or ion of bromine, I am going to have 35 because that is bromine's atomic number. So I'm going to have 35 protons. And how many electrons? Well, I'm going to have one more electron than I have protons. So I am going to have 36 electrons. I think you probably are getting the hang of this. This is probably one of the more straightforward things that we covered in chemistry. How about let's do chromium 3 plus. Let's just do one more of these. So chromium 3 plus. Chromium is right here on the periodic table, and it has an atomic number of 24. So we know that the number of protons we are going to have 24 protons. And how about the number of electrons? Well, we know that we're going to have 3 more protons than we do electrons, right? So we would subtract 3 from this number to get the number of electrons. So we are going to have 21 electrons. Hopefully you don't mind. I'm going through this a bit quicker, and that's I'm kind of going through these. Maybe this isn't as fast as you would probably go through these concepts on a final exam, but it's at least a bit more quickly than we went through these concepts earlier on in the playlist. So anyway, hopefully you're finding this useful, and I will see you in a future video.